Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Airshow pilot Rob Holland makes emergency landing. World War I Centennial activities highlighted at AirVenture. And FAI Drone Racing World Cup 2018 is coming soon. Hello, I'm Laura Hutson. It's April 2nd, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Airshow pilot Rob Holland had a rather harrowing experience late last month and told much of the story on his Facebook page. Among his remarks, Rob reported, "I thought I would fill you in about the events of the past few days. First, to get it out the way, I'm 100% fine. That said, on March 25th, I took off from Naval Air Station Kingsville, Texas for a cross-country flight. About 15 minutes into the flight, I lost all engine power. Rob reported that the canopy was covered with oil and that he had to rely on his MGL avionics system to guide him to a short deserted runway. I lined up on the runway as best I could, still having zero forward visibility. I touched down on the runway with a 20-plus knot tailwind, bringing my forward speed to 110 knots. The left main landing gear struck the piece of debris, ripping the landing gear completely off the plane. The plane came to rest about 30 feet off the right side of the runway upright. I assessed that I was physically okay, turned off the fuel, the mags, and all electrical power, and then departed the plane. Rob notes that the next week or so will be very busy for him, moving forward with as little disruption to his airshow schedule as possible." After the break, Sikorsky CH-53K King Stallion heavy lift helicopter arrives in Germany.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, Airborne Unmanned, the AMA Drone Report, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. A CH-53K heavy lift helicopter built by Sikorsky has arrived in Holsdorf, Germany, ahead of its international debut at the ILA Berlin Airshow. This is the first time a King Stallion helicopter has been loaded into a C-17 Globemaster and transported to the base of a European ally. Sikorsky demonstrated the King Stallion's strategic airlift capability during an exercise at the Sikorsky Development Flight Center in West Palm Beach, Florida, prior to the departure for Germany. Learn to Fly Month, which starts May 1st, 2018, is a continuation of the month-long initiative that the Flight School Association of North America began last year. It is intended to facilitate flight training providers in attracting new potential entrants into the field of aviation. FSA&A is again encouraging flight schools and organizations to collaborate and hold events and promotions focused on getting more people to learn to fly. Airborne Wireless Network has confirmed that on March 26, 2018, the company applied with the FAA for experimental operating certificates for each flight demonstration aircraft. Once approved, these applications will allow for the modification and installation of the Infinitus Superhighway RF and optical components. On each of the two Cessna aircraft, the company has arranged for use in connection with its upcoming demonstration test of Infinitus. A new Boeing 777-300ER full-flight simulator built by FlightSafety International for use by the Japan Air Self-Defense Force to train crews for operation of their new VIP transport aircraft has entered service. The simulator is installed at the Chitose Air Base in Hokkaido, Japan. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. The final year of World War I Centennial activities at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh 2018 will feature historic aircraft from the era and flying activities that commemorate the final year of the Great War that concluded with Armistice of 1918. The 66th Annual Experimental Aircraft Association Flying Convention is July 23rd through 29th at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This year's World War I commemoration activities will take place throughout the week, with a special emphasis on Friday, July 27th. Many of the aircraft that will be on display are also connected to the 100th anniversary of the Royal Air Force that is part of AirVenture Week. The World War I programming will be primarily based in the vintage aircraft parking area on the AirVenture flight line. Along with the aircraft on display for the 1915 to 1918 era, there will be World War I reenactors and static engine runs. In addition, World War I era aircraft owners, and historians will participate in forums and vintage and review sessions throughout the week. Among the aircraft expected to be on display is a newly restored DH-4 Liberty biplane, being reconstructed by EAA members and high school students in Tennessee. After these messages, FAI Drone Racing World Cup 2018 is coming soon.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. The FAI Drone Racing World Cup 2018 is coming to a city near you soon. A massive 24 World Cup contests are already registered on the FAI calendar for this third edition of the FAI Drone Racing World Cup, up from 16 last year and 9 in 2016. That makes the World Cup the biggest drone racing series around and means a lot more opportunities for both pilots and fans to enjoy the electrifying thrills of top-level drone racing. The first event will be the 2018 Indonesia Drone Racing World Cup, taking place in Bali on April 6 through 8. Prilep in the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia will be the venue for the final contest of the 2018 season, which will run on October 13th through 14th. As in previous years, competitors will participate in a series of races flying multi-rotor drones weighing no more than 2.2 pounds. The FAI Drone Racing World Cup is a unique event offering fun and excitement for competitors and spectators alike. It brings together drone racers from all over the world and gives them a platform from which to show off their considerable skills while pitting their drones against other top-flight pilots. With contests in 19 different countries ranging from China to Finland, Brazil to France, and Russia to Australia, it also reflects the international popularity of drone sports. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternating with Airborne Unmanned on Tuesday and the AMA Drone Report each Thursday. Additional breaking news bulletins may be posted for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. See you tomorrow.